Hi guys, welcome back to Beauty by Clover Bell. Today I'm going to be going into the depths of all things Seint brushes. I get asked that question all the time, what brush or brushes should I buy? So I'm just going to kind of compile all the information on each brush and put it all into one sweet little spot for you. So the first thing I'm going to go over is how your brushes come. So when you get your brush in the mail, it's going to come in this package. And each one will be individually wrapped, and you just pop open the ends and take your brush out. It's going to be wrapped in this kind of like a fishnet wrapping, and I just like to I kind of pinch it so it gives me a little bit of a gap, and I snip it with some scissors. Rip it off, pull it down, and voila, your brand new brush. As you can see, they are amazing and beautiful. They are the softest things on the planet, literally softest things on the planet. And so without further ado, that's what we're gonna do. So you open it up, it comes in that package, take out the little stocking thing, and you can change the look of your foundation simply by changing your brush. When you get color matched, I will color match you to your foundation color that's perfect just for you, but we'll also talk about what type of coverage you like. If you like full coverage, if you like medium coverage, or if you like light coverage. And based upon that, you can create a different look just by switching up your brush. So if you have a date night and you want to be a little bit more glammed, you're going to want to use the buff brush. If you are, casual, running to the grocery store, you just want a light coverage, you're going to use the blend brush. So what that means is these are the four main foundation brushes. The first one we're going to talk about is the buff brush. This is our fullest coverage brush. The next one that we're going to talk about is I've got little notes over here, our 3D brush, which is this one right here. This is going to be your medium coverage. The next one is going to be your blush and bronzer brush. This one is medium coverage as well. And then this one is going to be your blend brush. This is going to be your light coverage. So those are the four main ones. And then we're going to go into a little more detail with all of these. So the first one that I'm going to talk about today is our 3D brush, which is this one right here. This brush was the first brush that Kara, our founder, created. It is meant to do all your things. This can be your one brush on the go. It's going to be your medium coverage, so it's kind of good for everybody across the board. And it's, as you can see, it's got two sides here. All of our brushes do. And the reason for that is because it's a space saver and time saver, so you're not digging around looking for that brush. It's also a money saver because you're getting two brushes for the price of one. And Kara believes that what her mission is to make high-end makeup affordable for the everyday woman. So when you purchase one brush, you actually get two. So this is our 3D brush. It is made for highlight, contour, and blush. And it's this side right here. It's got the two sides. This side, the more domed round side, is so perfect for applying your contour. It just hugs your cheekbones so perfectly. And it's also good for putting on your highlight, your foundation. The pointy side is going to be really good to precisely place your brightening foundation. Any, small spot that you want to get to, this one's going to be perfect. So this is a good, just all around brush. If you're just going to go on vacation and you just want to take one brush, this would be a good one to take. Okay, moving on, we're going to talk about the detail brush. That's this guy. This guy is the MVP of all contour brushes. Can you see it's got this wonderful flat edge right here? And what that's going to do is it picks up you just dip that little bit in your contour and you can draw the most perfect line. And it is fantastic. If you're scared about contour, if contour is new to you, you want this brush in your life. So it's really good for that. And then you flip it over and it's got this smaller end, and this is so perfect for your brightening foundation. So the spots that we're gonna put our brightening foundation. It's also good for petite faces. If you have a small face, this is a good brush for you, and because it can get into those small areas. Again, the detail brush. The second brush we're going to talk about is the powder brush, and that's this guy right here. As you can see, it's got this amazing sleek top. With a gazillion brushes in there, bristles. It is so soft. I wish you guys could feel every single one of these brushes. They are phenomenal. So this brush is going to be fantastic for your setting powder. When you're wanting to set your makeup, you're just going to dip this slanted side in, and you can just place it right where you need it without disturbing the makeup that's underneath it. So you're not going to mess up what's going on down there. This more flat side, I really love for my illuminator because of how it's shaped. Let's see if you can get the angle there. It just is going to kiss the top of my cheekbone and just place illuminator right where I want it. So it's not overwhelming my whole face. You don't want that. You want your illuminator to be placed precisely, where you want it. You don't want to be like glitter when you leave the house. So this one is fantastic for that. The next brush we're going to talk about is the blush and bronzer brush. I feel like everybody needs this brush in their life. This is one of the musts. I think I recommend this brush to everybody. And this brush comes in a bundle with the Bella bronzer. So this brush regularly is $36, and I believe the Bella bronzer is $16 regular. And when you purchase them together, it's $40. So you're paying for the brush and getting your Bella bronzer for $4. So this brush is dreamy. It's so dreamy, you guys. And it is used for, this is like the workhorse of all the brushes. It is good for putting on your foundation. I like to use this side for my foundation and then this side to blend it out. You can take this brush and kind of pinch it and get your contour just placed just right, and then flip it over and blend it all out. Let me see. Oh, this brush is really good to blur edges. So if you put on your blush and you just want to really soften it out, this is your girl right here. This one is a medium coverage. I use this one probably 70% of the days for my foundation. Love this brush. The next brush we're going to talk about is the eyeshadow brush. Again, like all of our other brushes, it's got two sides. It has a fluffy side down here, and then it has a more compact, dense side over here. And the large side is going to be really good for blending, for doing an all over color on your eyelid. And then the compact side is going to be really good to really get your product in there. So if you're doing a crease, this baby right here is going to get you that. I like to use this for my like shadow under my eyes, this side. And then, like I said, I also use it in my crease. Love this brush. This is another daily of mine. So this is the eyeshadow brush. And the next thing we're going to talk about is the Multitasker. This one is the mama of the brushes. What do moms do? We do 85 jobs. We wear 85 different hats. That's this guy. Small and mighty, right? So the Multitasker is just what it says. It is the Multitasker. It's got kind of a flat, dense side up here and then a pointy side down here. I like to use this brush for my lips because I can take this side and line my lips, flip it over, get this into product, and then I fill in my lips. And then I take whatever's left on that from my lip color and I'll place it right up here on my cheekbones to use as my blush. So I'm not wasting any product. That is the Multitasker. Another good use for this brush is any blemishes. You can take this little guy right here, put it into your makeup and just go in and do some fine detail work on a blemish, and then set it with powder too. So that's this one. It's amazing. You can also use it for your brows. If you like a softer brow, this one would be really good for you to achieve that look. And that's the Multitasker brush. The next brush we're going to talk about is the Smudge Brush. That's this guy. You can see one side is more oval and one side is more circular. And this is primarily used for eyeshadow, I would say, but it also can be used for nose contour. If you have a real petite nose, that's really good for that. And so the fluffier side, when going back to eyeshadow, the fluffier side, the one that's more oval, is going to be good to put like an all over coverage on your eyeshadow. And then the more circular one that's more compact, the oval one, the circular one is good to put it all over. The oval one is good to give you a smoky eye. It's gonna really get a lot of product on there, and you're gonna be able to place it exactly where you want it and really blur those lines out and give a beautiful smoky eye. One tip with the eyeshadow, my puppy is chewing on an extension cord. One thing to keep in mind when you're using our eyeshadows is they are uber pigmented. So wherever you place that first bit of product, you want it to be where the bulk of your product's going to be. Don't start it like up here, because then you're going to have way too much product up there. You're going to want to put it where you want the boom of the makeup to be. So that is our smudge brush. The next brush that we're going to talk about is my first love. You always have a special spot in your heart for your first love, right? This is the Buff Brush. This brush is literally life. This one is going to be your fullest coverage. It's going to give you airbrush perfection, and I just can't with this brush. So it's got two sides, like all of them. This side is our bigger side, and this side is the smaller side. The big side is going to be good to apply all of your main highlight color, your main foundation. And then you just flip it over and you go into the smaller side and you can do your contouring. This brush is going to give you such a flawless look. You can't go wrong with this brush. And so that's the Buff Brush. And let me see if I missed anything. Airbrush Perfection. Oh, this one is good for large pores. So if you have large pores, this is going to be the brush for you. The next brush we're going to talk about is the Blend Brush. This brush right here. This one is fantastic for a light coverage. Just a quick going out the door, want a little bit. This is your girl. Or if you are one that doesn't love a lot of makeup and you just want, you just like a really light neutral coverage, this is your brush. It's going to give you that brush or that look so perfectly. I also really like this brush for illuminator. It's so wispy and fluffy. It just kisses the area that you want that illuminator to be. Flip it over. It's got this smaller bit. You can put your illuminator, right there. You can go down the center of your nose. This brush is amazing. And last but not least for our brushes is our line brush. Every woman needs this brush in her toolbox. This is for our eyebrows, and the way that it is shaped, you get the most perfect hair strokes ever. It looks microbladed and you're not microbladed. So that is our line brush. The bottom side has a spoolie. So you know, you're going to go in and you're going to draw your brows and flick them in and then flip that over and brush them. The brush is going to help distribute product. And you can also run this in your setting powder and set your brows too. I also like to take this brush and use it as a lip liner sometimes. It's fantastic. It's such a good thin line that, you know, you can really edge out your lips if you want to. This brush it's amazing. And let's see. Oh, this brush is also really good for eyeliner. So if you're an eyeliner girl, you can go into our Black Friday eyeliner or whatever color you fancy. You can actually spray it with our Stay Spray, which makes our powders more of like an eyeliner, and go in and give a beautiful wing eyeliner or do your waterline with this too. And last but not least is our Perfector Sponge. That's this guy right here. This one is wet. This one is not. That's why it's not clean. But they almost double in size when you get them wet. And you want to use it damp, not soaking wet. I can wring it and nothing comes out, but it's definitely cool to the touch. So you soak it, you know, you run it underneath your faucet, you wring it out, and then I like to even take a paper towel and really roll out the extra water. And then you take this baby and you just go in and press where your lines are at to keep makeup from setting in your lines. You don't want to swipe it. You're going to take makeup off. But, you know, any trouble areas that you might have where makeup might be setting, you want this guy. I also really like this for illuminator. You can just put a little bit of illuminator right there and kiss your cheekbones. And then you can also put it right on the tip of that and go right in the corners of your eyes. Again, this is the size they come in. This is what they double to when you get them wet. And they come in this neat little tin. And I like to keep this tin because then I stick, when it's dry, it just falls right through there. But when it's wet, it can sit right there and keeps it off the counter for you. And the last thing we are going to talk about is our brush cleaning system. This is our Seint Beauty Brush Cleaner, and it's so phenomenal, you guys. I can't even with this. It smells like coconut. It not only cleans and disinfects your brushes, it also conditions them. So it's going to keep your brushes like new for a really long time. I know the brushes are expensive and it's a big investment. So you want to be taking care of them, and this is your insurance to be taking care of them, is our brush cleaner. All you do is gonna spray on one of our wonderful microfiber cloths. Couple sprays. I don't have a dirty brush here, and then you're just gonna go in and swirl, and it'll pull all that makeup off. And the beauty of this brush cleaner is there's no downtime. You don't have to let your brushes sit and dry. This dries as soon as the makeup is pulled out. So you can clean them and then use them right away. And like I said, it disinfects, it conditions, and it cleanses. And if you have makeup in your brushes, it's going to create bacteria, and that's going to end up on your face, and nobody wants that. That's going to lead to aging and acne and all sorts of stuff that we don't want. So clean brushes, clean face, perfect canvas for your Seint makeup. And I'm here with any questions you guys might have. So reach out, tell me what kind of coverage you like, what you're looking for, and I will suggest the perfect brushes for you. All right, guys, love you all. Bye.